Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us at the webinar Storytelling in HCP Engagement. So let us introduce ourselves. My name is Olga Kornienko and I am Digital Excellence Manager at Viseven.
My name is Andrei Smirnov and I'm the Business Development Manager at Viseven.
Let us know if you have any questions during the webinar. You can type them into the chat window and we will be happy to answer them at the end of the webinar. And please let us know whether you can hear us and see everything on these slides clearly. Just paste plus into the chat window. So I believe we may start, and going back to the topic, we can say that the role of storytelling importance and relevance has recently grown in e-detailing. Such development was caused by the growing amount of information that must be efficiently delivered to users. From now on, pharma is facing a challenge when physicians have less time to spend with reps.
Current detailing methods do not provide physicians with information they value when they want it. 78% of HCPs complain about quality of information which is given to them, and 50% say that the timing of detailing calls is annoying and inconvenient.
And let's go back to the history of detailing. Traditional detailing used to be the only way for pharma companies to provide drug information to physicians. Then was the migration to detailing services to an electronic channel. Thanks to this approach, the HCPs can access the information they want, wherever they want, and at the time which is convenient for them. E-detailing emerged exactly because traditional methods were lacking something. E-detailing can be an important tool that helps pharma involve collaboration with HCPs and in return market brand awareness and trust. However, there is much room for improvement.
The three pillars to successful storytelling for pharmaceutical marketers are context, content, and connectivity.
And let's check how to define the difference between a traditional and progressive approach to e-detailing. According to traditional detailing, data about drugs is rarely updated, and doctors are given the same information they have seen many times before. Traditional meetings between reps and physicians take a lot of valuable time, which HCPs prefer to spend with patients. And they are usually overloaded with marketing information. On the contrary, strong storytelling has its benefits. HCPs are provided by up-to-date information on a regular basis. HCPs would rather discuss patient profiles and they can be illustrated and contain relevant information as well as review clinical cases. What is more, the latest tendency is in optimizing the content and creating it for multiple channels at once. This helps to reduce time on editing and adapting your content for new channels, markets, and systems.
Patients rule today's pharma marketing, and our main goal is to help them. A rapid development of science and technology causes much bigger customer engagement, and pharma companies need to rethink about new roles, services, channels, and content they can provide to the target audience.
To make your storytelling skills more efficient for HCP communication, we have some practical recommendations for you. So such kind of content as presentations used to be pretty efficient, but did it lead to better storytelling? Not always. Some time ago, the main goal of presentation was in showing slides and the text that was written there. The time has changed. As such, presentations with a lot of text and images are not efficient anymore. As a rule, many brand managers used to think more text, more success. But new principle has come out. Less text, more interactivity. Here's where storytelling techniques become useful tools to the professional marketers. An interactive presentation where recipes can ask questions and become active participants will help you to gather information for further improvement, and the reps visit won't be boring. You can also use different styles, change pictures in your presentation, but the only thing is unchangeable: care of your clients and understand the lifestyle and their needs.
The interactive presentation is there to support two-way communication. The physician is able to choose the direction of the dialogue, and the slides will be dynamically adjusted to the fit or preferred scenario.
And not all physicians have to be approached in the same way because they are all unique. So there shouldn't be a fixed call flow. Refer to the previous communication history with the physicians you meet, and meet the behavioral patterns of your conversational partner.
The physician isn't just watching or listening. There is a real two-way dialogue supported with interactive content. Presentation slides have to encourage active conversation. The doctor can move sliders, take service, and drag and drop elements.
The presentation have to include several real-life stories upon which it is easier to build a dialogue with HCP, and the slides have to tell about realistic patients and way to help them.
Make sure to provide fresh and relevant slides to cover all topics of your planned activities for medical representatives to be ready anytime the HCP has a question. Think about a hidden slide available on demand.
It's not all we can suggest you. We have a special checklist to help you evaluate how engaging your visual aids are and get tips and inspiration on how to implement them. You can scan the QR code you can see on this slide here, or just paste plus into the chat window, and we will provide you with the link after the webinar.
Choosing a technology is one of the most crucial parts for successful marketing projects, as you have to rely on the platform fully and focus only on the marketing stuff. It has to be cost effective without any extra cost spending goes to reusing and adapting your content. It has to be integrated with different systems like Viva and IQVIA for rapid e-detailer publishing. It must be easy to use so that you can change your presentation and edit it on your own without extra cost. It should support one-click localization, possibility to collaborate, and smart converter feature that makes automatic conversion of your static into CLM presentation. It has to be something like an all-one tool for pharma marketers who want to save time, optimize budget spending, and create the next level content that can be available anywhere is needed.
And not to be just theoretical, but to show you the practical results of such storytelling, we would like to show you a short presentation of the tool which is called eWizard, which can help you to lead the conversation with HCPs more efficiently. So now we're going to the platform, and you can see here the main page where all the presentations created within this profile or shared with me by colleagues are stored. From here, we can go, for example, to the editing mode of the presentation, which is called scopolamine. And here we will be able to show you the structure of this presentation. So you can see several chapters, and as we have told before, there is a possibility to customize it according to the needs of your physician, which will be at the call. So, for example, you can drag and drop all the slides into different chapters to be shown in different order. But for us, just to make it a linear structured presentation, we may place them into one structure and press save. In such a case, we will have a made presentation for us to show at the call. So from here, we can see that we view the interactive slides with a lot of sliders which can be played during the visit by the physician. There are also some elements which can, for example, be dedicated to some symptoms from which the presupposed patient is suffering. And press and confirm, we will see the average profile of the person who may be influenced by such a disease. And press an examination, we will go to the interactive slide with the overview of this patient. So in such a case, we can just make it more interesting to see the real life example. And also, as we've told before, there is a possibility to show hidden slides, for example, showing additional information about the patient. So we press save, and also, what is even more important, that such a presentation can not only be used on the actual visit, but it can be used within the remote communication with the HCPs. So the remote visit may become more efficient, as the majority of HCPs own at least some kind of device, for example, a phone or a tablet or even a computer, and such presentations can be played on different target devices. You just need to indicate it before the presentation is set up for the call. And in such a case, we will be able to prolong the time medical representatives spend with physicians. So as the study shows, it may even be up to, for example, 10 minutes, which differs from 3 minutes which we have during an actual visit at the hospital. And another really important thing for the pharma companies to be used is the possibility to publish your ready-made presentation into different systems, for example, into Viva Vault. And now you just need to log in with the help of your credentials. So you will see the guide which will show you how the presentation should be pushed into the system, and press next. You will be able to indicate additional information about the presentation. And here you will also be able to view some slides. So we can remove them, and also we can get them back with the help of add slides. So we just will take one slide for us to speed up the process of publishing. And pressing next, we will see that there is a summary of the presentation. So the slides I have removed will be indicated here, and the one which is added will be indicated here as well. And press and publish, we will be able to see the progress of the publishing. It will update the before published presentation, and will help us to have the actual result in just several minutes. So of course it will depend upon the internet connection you're having at the moment, and upon the interactivity, or upon the like complexity of the slides you have, but as you see, we have the status of our published presentation successful, and it means that it will be really successful presentation and efficient communication with the HCP. And going back to our slides, we would like to conclude that such a storytelling is really efficient at this time, as it is a modern and technological way to address your HCPs.
So maybe if you have some questions or comments, simply drop us a message via email. We will get back to you as soon as possible. So thanks for joining us today, and we wish you all a great afternoon.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. So contact us in case of need, and we'll be happy to see you at our next webinars. Bye.